History and evolution of early childhood care and development in Sri Lanka. Content, Sri Lanka country profile, definition of ECCD, education in Sri Lanka, history of ECCD in Sri Lanka, legal protection for preschool children, ECCD operations in Sri Lanka after the year 2000, the Sustainable Development Goals and Sri Lanka, MOH in ECCD practice, ECCD curriculum, childcare in Sri Lanka, gaps in the system, my suggestions for better ECCD practice in Sri Lanka, and sources. Sri Lanka. Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka spreads on land area of 65,610 square miles and a population of 21 million. Deep harbors made it of great strategic importance from the time of the ancient and has a rich cultural heritage. And the first known Buddhist writings date back to the 4th Buddhist Council in 29 BC. With a literacy rate of 96.3%, Sri Lanka has one of the most literate populations amongst developing nations. Its youth literacy rate stands at 98.8%, computer literacy rate at 33%, and primary school enrollment rate at over 99%. An education system which dictates 11 years of compulsory schooling for every child is in place. Definition of ECCD. Children become more capable as they grow. It is a gradual process, but wonderful experiences as well. Understanding how important early experiences and relationships are to lifelong development is one step in supporting children and families. The next step is to apply that knowledge to current practices and policies. ECCD can define in 3 main categories: early childhood, care, and development part. Early childhood means the period from conception to 5 years old. The main 3 stages of life include early childhood, middle childhood, and adolescence. Care means something or someone that is necessary for the health, welfare, maintenance, and protection. Development, the gradual appearance and increase in the level of complexity of skills of growing children. This incorporates physical growth as well as intellectual, language, emotional, and social development. Education in Sri Lanka. The free education system established in 1945. In the 1980s, changes to this system separated the administration of schools between the central government and the provincial government. Thus, the elite national schools are controlled directly by the Ministry of Education and the provincial schools by the provincial government. While the Constitution of Sri Lanka does not provide free education as a fundamental right, the Constitution mentions that the complete eradication of illiteracy and the assurance to all persons of the right to universal and equal access to education at all levels. In its section in Directive Principles of State Policy at 27(2). H. Due to the variety of ethnic groups in Sri Lanka, many schools teach only in either Sinhala medium or in Tamil medium and not the English medium. However, since 2002, there are English medium classes conducted in majority of the government schools. The elite colleges in the country teach in all 3 media. Education plays a major part in the life and the culture of the country, as the compulsory education is applied to all children who are under the age of 16 years. Primary school to higher education are primarily funded and overseen by 3 governmental ministries, that is Ministry of Education, Ministry of Higher Education, and Ministry of Skills Development and Vocational Training. Ministry of Education controls to primary and secondary schools, Pirivenas, and teachers training colleges and colleges of education. Also directs the formulation and implementation of policies related to education. Department of Examination controls the National Examination Service and Ministry of Higher Education for universities, Ministry of Education services for supplying the physical facility required for general education. Ministry of Skills Development and Vocational Training controls for vocational education and technical colleges. Legal protection for preschool children. The care and protection of the Sri Lankan preschool children come within the purview of Ministry of Women and Child Affairs. It is established as per the Gazette Extraordinary Number 1933 of 9 September 2015. The government departments and statutory institutions which oversee the care and protection of the Sri Lankan women and children come under this ministry. They are Sri Lanka's Women's Bureau, National Committee on Women, Department of Probation and Child Care Services, National Child Protection Authority, and Children's Secretariat since 1990s. It was reformed with the intention of being sensitive to the needs of Sri Lankan women and children with the aim of increasing their well-being. This seems to be a sensible and practical decision taken by the government of Sri Lanka in terms of expediency and administration, since coordination of varied state statutory bodies responsible for the care and protection of women and children are within one agency. In 1996, Protection of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act number 28 of 1996 was formed as a key legislation to identify the persons with disabilities and to address the issues related with Sri Lankan disability rights perspective. The children with disabilities are also entitled to this coverage and special protection given for children with special needs through Ministry of Women and Child Care. For its interpretation clause, persons with disabilities means any person who, as a result of any deficiency in his physical or mental capabilities, whether congenital or not, is unable by himself to ensure for himself, wholly or partly, the necessities of life, mentioned in section 37. Protection of victims of crimes and Witness Action number 4 of 2015 mentions that where the victim is a child victim should be treated in a manner which ensures the best interest of such child. In 1999, amendment to the law of evidence in Sri Lanka permits, in cases of child abuse, the reception of videotaped evidence of the preliminary interview of a child victim or witness. This will prevent a child being further harmed by a formal legal process, which a child very often finds difficult to endure in view of her tender years. The National Plan of Action for Children 2016 to 2020 is the key strategic document for the government of Sri Lanka, which aims to guide the national and provincial efforts to ensure the rights and protection of all children in accordance with the national and international obligations of the country. In October 2019, the government has launched the National Policy on Child Protection to help implementing, planning, monitoring, regulation, and coordinating activities of the government and all other stakeholders to respond to child safeguarding, protecting, and ensuring maximum of children well-being. History of ECCD in Sri Lanka. Preschool education in Sri Lanka was initiated with few urban preschools in the 1920s. The importance and necessity of early childhood development has been highlighted in the report of Kannangara, 1943, and Jayasuriya Commission report in 1961. In 1972, Sarvodaya, a non-government organization which carries out poverty eradication and psychosocial activities in almost all parts of Sri Lanka, introduced preschool activities in urban as well as rural areas, including underprivileged children as one of its target population. ECCD carries out more or less as a small business or charity. Lanka Mahila Samithya, another non-governmental organization, also provided preschool services to the urban and rural low-income sector. Government responsibility for ECCD initiated with the formation of the Children's Secretariat of the Ministry of Women's Affairs, which was mandated to promote ECCD in the Sri Lankan 1979. In 1986, a report on ECCD was presented to the Parliament by the Children's Secretariat as a sessional paper number 111, making the ECCD Institute for Preschools function as pre-primary educational units. It further mentioned that lack of direction at the national level and the absence of a single agency for coordinator as the major issue in ECCD. The Presidential Task Force set up for this purpose worked through 12 technical committees and submitted the new proposal to the President in March 1997. A comprehensive and holistic approach to ECCD in the country was established with the formation of General Education Reforms of 1997. These education reforms for the first time recognized and addressed the ECCD as important aspect of education in Sri Lanka. The central government implements national policy guidelines, example, maintaining standards of the preschools, child development centers in Sri Lanka, while the provincial council shoulders the responsibility of regulating the respective preschools in their provinces. Accordingly, provincial statutes are endowed with the responsibility of empowering the provincial authorities to register all ECCD centers in their provinces. They are also responsible for maintaining standards of infrastructure and teacher quality. Example, through teacher training and distribution of teaching and learning materials. Thus, provincial education ministries have taken initiatives at the provincial level to establish and strengthen provincial level ECCD divisions. According to Section 2 of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution of Sri Lanka, the responsibility for preschool supervision, management, and maintaining of standards has been retained with the Ministry of Education, while registration and other responsibilities have been devolved on provincial education authorities. ECCD operations in Sri Lanka after the year 2000. Sri Lanka has declared the Dhaka Framework for Action in 2000 to promote the education for all movement. The Dhaka Framework recognized expanding and improving comprehensive ECCE as its first EFA goal, with special recognition for most vulnerable and disadvantaged children. Sri Lanka was among the 164 countries who pledged to achieve the 6 EFA goals. In 2001, a separate branch was established in the Ministry of Education for EFA activities. In accordance with it, the National Plan of Action, NPA, was prepared by the Ministry of Health, Education, Water Supply, Labor, Women Empowerment, and Social Welfare from 2004 to 2008. The main objective of the NPA was to create opportunities for all Sri Lankan children consistent with their evolving capacities. The NPA also aimed to provide an environment that is safe, where children learn and develop their physical, social, emotional, and cognitive skills. It also planned to provide and integrate intervention that benefit children while ensuring consistency with the cultural values of Sri Lanka. In order to overcome the major impediments to improving the quality of ECCD, the Ministry of Social Welfare in 2003 prepared a national policy on children. This policy recognized ECCD as an important, integral, and essential component of education within the learning milieu of Sri Lanka. It also incorporates the implementation of standards and guidelines for preschools and daycare centers to be monitored by the provincial councils together with national level coordination and monitoring. In 2004, the Ministry of Women's Empowerment and the Ministry of Social Welfare formulated a national policy on early childhood protection and development. The Cabinet approved the National Policy on ECCD by allowing Children's Secretariat the responsibility to implement the policy. This National Policy on ECCD focuses on importance of early years ECCD experiences in Sri Lanka, such as home-based ECCD, daycare facilities, preschool children with special needs, and the role and responsibilities of key ECCD institutions in Sri Lanka. However, this policy does not address the needs of children in special categories such as street children, beggar children, or displaced children. The Sustainable Development Goals in Sri Lanka. The Sustainable Development Goals are a collection of 17 interlinked global goals designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. The SDGs were set up in 2015, September, by the United Nations General Assembly and are intended to be achieved by the year 2030. How NGOs supporting Sri Lankan government to drive towards the transformation by 2030. Since early 2016, the World Bank, UNICEF, and other international NGOs have provided significant support to achieve SDG 4.2 by funding and implementing early childhood development projects, by facilitating teacher training, improving facilities, devising assessment for child development, creating a common registration framework for ECD centers, and introducing a management information system for ECCE services. Special attention is given to the children in plantation sector, children of migrant workers, single parent families, war victims, and children with disabilities. How can early childhood care and development ECCD in Sri Lankan government drive the transformation by 2030? Goal 4 mentions that the need to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning. In the goal 4, target 4.2 mentions that by 2030, ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development, care, and pre-primary education so that they are ready for primary education. For that, Sri Lankan government is supporting this 2030 target by identifying ECCD as a crucial point of country's future development, by promoting and conducting awareness programs through media, introducing new policies and standards to ECCD, and strengthening educators by providing allowance during COVID-19 lockdown situation. MOH in ECCD operations. Ministry of Health and other institutions at health sector playing a lead role with ensuring the holistic development of the children, monitoring and managing the milestones for the children between 0 to 2-year-olds are well established in Sri Lanka. The National Policy on Maternal and Child Health was formulated as a directive for the national commitment to adopt and implement the appropriate interventions in improving the MCH. Many strategic plans have been developed in relevant program areas, and they are expected to be followed by annual work plans at national, provincial, and district level. National Strategic Plan for Maternal and Newborn Health, National Strategic Plan for Child Health, National Strategic Plan for Adolescents Health, and National Strategy for Infant and Young Child Feeding Sri Lanka 2015 to 2020. Every child born in Sri Lanka is given child health development record. All necessary information and records regarding child growth, vaccination, nutrition facts, instructions for dental and mental health is mentioned in the book, and the records can update until the child completes his or her age 5. As Sri Lanka identifies the early years from conception to 5 years of age. State Ministry of Women and Child Development, Preschools and Primary Education, School Infrastructure and Education Services is responsible of setting, validating and implementing of the ECDS for Sri Lankan children between 3 to 5 years, while the Family Health Bureau of the Ministry of Health and Nutrition undertake the same task for children from birth to 3 years. ECCD divides into two main categories. And the first one is home-based early childhood development, and the second one is center-based early childhood development. Home-based early childhood development. Home-based early childhood development is taken care and supervised by medical officers, public health nursing sisters, and public health midwives throughout the country. They are updated with various theoretical concepts related to child development, the process of brain maturation, and it's important to ECD, normative development, patterns and factors that influence ECD, the principles and techniques of child development, and the development delays and problems relating to ECD. Health sector identifies holistic child development with 4 interrelated domains of skills. They include physical or motor development, cognitive or sensorial development, social and emotional development, language, communication, and hearing development. From birth to 2 years, island-wide officers health sector supervise the development of the child once a month, while newborns are checking up by health midwives thrice a month. Apart from vaccination, they provide food supplement with vitamins and minerals for low-weight toddlers and weight gainer called Triposha for mothers and children up to 3-year-old. Center-based early childhood development. At the age of 4, children enter formal early childhood education that enables a smooth transition to primary education and provides requisite skills for successful completion of primary and secondary education cycles. Center-based early childhood development, ECD, programs for children at 3 years age range are less developed. In 2017, 4 domains of development identified in the holistic development process in ECD standards. They are health and physical development, social and emotional development, language and early literacy, cognitive development. Domains can be defined as the dimension of the child's holistic development. Subdomains explain the basic structure of each domain. The subdomains are further divided into specific aspects to ensure that the standards and indicators cover every aspect of child development. This initiative further empowers the coordination committees at the provincial, district, and divisional levels while ensuring their smooth functioning and expected to operate in all ECCD centers in Sri Lanka. Recent national policy on early childhood preschool education is created by the National Education Commission in 2019. In January 2020, the Sri Lankan cabinet approved a national policy on preschool education tabled by the Ministry of Education. Following the parliamentary election in August 2020 and the reorganization of ministerial mandates, ECCE was brought under the purview of the MOE, and Ministry of Women and Child Affairs was named as the State Ministry of Women and Child Development, Preschool and Primary Education, School Infrastructure and Education Services. These changes have the potential to significantly change in the ECCE landscape in the country and can pave the way for the re-evolution and reorganization of early years services. Many changes have been made in the administrative structure and significantly strengthened mechanism introduced to ensure coordinated and comprehensive service delivery for children and parents. The specific interdependent objectives of the national policy are to advance equitable and inclusive learning opportunities for all preschool age children to help them achieve their full potential, facilitate high quality preschool programs that promote children's optimal development, improve the qualifications, training and working conditions of the preschool education workforce, engage parents, family and community as children's first and most enduring educators, promote the development and use of data and research to support evidence-based decision-making and practice, improve governance and increase allocation of resources for preschool education. The 6 specific objectives of the national policy are pursued through 6 areas for action. Each area of action is guided by a policy statement with strategies that contribute to the realization of the policy objectives. Equitable access to preschool education, quality in preschool education workforce development, parental, family and community participation, data, research, evaluation and documentation, governance and financing. ECCD curriculum. Some countries use a common curriculum to ensure that quality is maintained in ECCE. Yet, Sri Lanka has not adopted the curriculum framework. UNICEF project on developing the national ECD curriculum is still in progress. There will be a great improvement in Sri Lanka ECD standards after the implementation of this curriculum. Therefore, Sri Lanka can successfully achieve the final objective of SDG 4.2. Childcare policy in Sri Lanka. Childcare, otherwise known as daycare, is the care and supervision of a child or multiple children at a time by looking after and to facilitate children when parents are working. The general purpose of childcare is to provide a secure environment to the children. The national guidelines for child daycare centers 2019 have prepared by the National Child Protection Authority under the guidance of Ministry of Women and Children's Affairs and Dry Zone Development to establish a formal methodology to ensure the quality and standard of daycare center service. Child daycare center categorized into 3 types. Type 1 daycare centers, which accommodate infants, toddlers, preschooler and school-age children, where the center may or may not function as a preschool for children between 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Operating hours may vary based on requirements of parents and capacity of staff members. However, the center should close by 6 p.m. Drop-in centers for children are also considered under this category. Type 2, workplace-based child daycare centers. Centers set up by employees or employers of an organization to operate within the working hours of employees. Centers may function during weekends based on the requirements of the employees and employers. Creches for children are also considered under this category. Type 3, private home daycare for children, where only 2 to 5 number of children are looked after at a private residence other than the home of the parent or the guardian of the child for longer than 2 hours, where the parents are required to make payments for the service provided. Childcare institutions operated by government and non-governmental organizations where children are being accommodated through judicial procedure, and hostels which are attached to schools will not be considered as child daycare centers. Objectives of daycare policy: to promote professional and safe childcare services for children between 4 months and 12 years, to ensure a quality assured standardized process among all child daycare centers island-wide, to ensure that children's daycare and overall childhood development needs are met and are aligned with their developmental goals, to provide guidance for the setting up of child daycare centers equipped with the ability to reach the maximum standard specified and for improving existing centers. And National Daycare Center Policy further describes the following areas: main principles governing child daycare centers, registration procedure, staffing, physical and environment of the child daycare center facility, care, learning and play, health and safety, child rights and protection, diversity and equal opportunities, children with disabilities, private home daycare centers, drop-in centers, working in collaboration with parents or guardians, record keeping, monitoring and complaints, web-based information center. Gaps in the system. The national education system recognized the child from the age of 6 years. As a result, critical needs of the young Sri Lankan children requiring to be addressed by the overall supervision and monitoring of the state seem to be neglected. As examples, Suraksha life insurance for every school children, and not for primary school children. And pre-primary education is provided under various names systems such as preschools, ECD centers, Montessori schools, and infant schools without defining the coverage. Limited or zero skilled ECD teachers with educational qualifications and inadequate training, lack of multi-sector coordination and inadequate funding. Pre-primary teachers are paid low salaries comparing to school children. Unregistered preschools are allowed to operate. Uneven and quality access to quality access of ECCD to children from rural and disadvantaged background. The confusion on accountability due to the devolved responsibility of ECCD between the central government and provincial councils. ECCD Sri Lanka has been impacted by COVID-19 pandemic as well. The government has introduced a safety guideline to proceed in such situation, and yet the ECCD centers are not in operation due to the critical condition of the country. My suggestions for better ECD practice in Sri Lanka: encourage NGOs and private sector to invest more on ECCD, create a code of ethics to preschool teachers. The Children's Secretariat need to develop more programs on learning and teaching, provide necessary materials, organize training and support research in collaboration with other ministries and organizations active in the field. Create more awareness programs among parents and families in promoting early childhood development, and design measures to develop appropriate parenting skills and improve the psychosocial atmosphere at home. Make ECD be recognized as a social responsibility among parents in rural areas. Thank you very much.